Good morning. Thank you for welcoming me into your home. I'm Elizabeth Forrest, and we're here at Unity Church of Winston-Salem recording today. I'd like for you to just take a moment, get your cup of coffee, and get comfortable. And a few of you may just want to sit there and close your eyes and relax. I'd like to share with you, to begin with, our daily word. In the now. I live in the now, in this moment, and I draw from each moment all the good that it holds for me. Our future holds a field of infinite possibility. Our past holds the things that have already happened, whether they brought joy or challenges. But this present moment is the only time that I can create my life experiences and my relationship with God and with others. So in this moment, this now moment, let us keep our thoughts positive and choose words and actions that invite others to join in a world of peace, abundance, and harmony, centered in God's presence within yourself. And knowing that for everyone else, let us draw from every moment all the good that it holds. Aware of the unlimited possibilities of the future and mindful of all that we have learned from the past, let us give thanks for this now moment. Psalms 51:10, create in me a clean heart, O Lord, and put a new and right spirit within me. Our loving Creator, we come to you right now giving thanks for this now moment, this moment in time, where we can come into that place with you, taking a deep breath and just relaxing, going into that heart space where there is peace, where the outside world is closed out and there is only you. With you, there is peace. With you, there is rest. With you, there is comfort and security. In these moments with you, dear God, may we be the best that we can be. As you clear out our hearts and minds, and as we begin to step out in the outer world once again, into time and space, and things to do and places to go, may we take this moment with us, the moment that we're with you. May we take it into the outer world. We're there, let us be the best that we can be, where others may feel the peace that resides within our own heart, the joy and the comfort that only you can bring. Bless this day for each and every one of us as we continue to grow in your love and your light. As I surrender all things into your hands. It is not I, but the Christ within that does the work. Thank you, God. Amen. This year, our life certainly has changed. 2020 has brought so many surprises along the way. Overnight, life seems to change. With all the hustle bustle, we were going around, working hard, economy fantastic, and we know all these things, but all of a sudden, this pandemic came and life changed. But this morning, I was thinking about something that happened back in 1989. It was a great surprise to people, for the whole world was taken by this surprise during the night of November the 9th, 1989, when a group of Germans began dismantling the Berlin Wall to escape from East Germany. Then, in around 1990, I found things changing for me. For there I was, about 1990 or 1991. I was walking the streets of Moscow, and I was ready to go to Armenia. And it was a whole new world for me. And I woke up this morning thinking about that, and thinking about the changes in the world and how good can happen in a moment, just like change happened. And we feel like it's all something that is just taking us under. It feels like we've been one day we were walking on the beach and the sun was shining and everything was so beautiful. Life was fantastic. And all of a sudden, here comes this huge wave of negative energy, of fear, of doubt, of anxiety, as it begins to just hit us right in the face. And we're still dealing with that energy. And I began to think about this week about Noah and the ark, and how there was a great flood of negativity back then, because it said that God looked and saw that everyone had evil thoughts on their mind continuously. He had created man and mankind, and life was beautiful. But then negative things began to come into the mind. When it talks about evil, continuously evil, it was speaking of always searching the things outside, longing to have form, and forgetting here again about God. We've mentioned this before. So a change had to happen. But I'd like to take you back just a little further than that, than Noah, and go into the first part of Genesis where God created humanity. And he created this world of form, and he blessed everything and called it good. But do you realize there are two recorded creations in Genesis? And one is speaking about God created, and he created male and female in his image and in his likeness. We go on and see how the world was created after that. And then there's no one to till the soil. So God reached down, it says, and he began to make man out of the earth, out of the clay. And he breathed life into it. And man became a living soul. Two different beings, it sounds like, two different creations. One is the spiritual man that was created, or the spiritual humanity that was created. The other is speaking of this vessel of flesh, the material side of life. And that's what we've come to recognize. And I hope everyone that we're speaking to today is recognizing that is made in the image of God is that spiritual self, that divine self, that self that doesn't know death, doesn't know pain, but it is there within us. It is that Christed self that God gave us, that's in his image. And then there was form. God began to manifest that form out of energy. And then within that energy, he put life into it. And we began to behold this life. And we were the life that was in these physical forms. And then it goes on talking about, and the sons of God began to look on the daughters of man and saw they were beautiful. And so they began to take them as their wives. What they produced was that which would catch attention. It was renowned. It was magnificent. But if you stop and say, is this literal? Yeah, we can say it's a literal thing that happened. But as we began to go into a spiritual essence within our own self and ask that divine, that spiritual self to begin to speak to us in this day and this time in 2020 and let us understand who we are. And I think that's a part of this pandemic. It's giving us time to go into that place of being still and finding out who we are. So let's just take a trip down memory lane and remember a few things. Maybe feel like we're just journeying with Noah. So Noah, it's the day that a time when they're realizing that something's going to happen. There's a change coming. And the Spirit of the living God spoke to Noah and he said, build this ark. Change is coming. And I'm not going to put up with this evil side of humanity all the time. I'm going to destroy it. And I'm going to destroy flesh upon the earth, or that negative side of the creation, because I would like to see that beauty of what was created begin to be manifest. And so this is what we've been going through all this time. A time of finding enough time for ourselves to close away and be with God. Noah went into the ark, and going into that ark and taking the male and female, every animal, male and female, and his family with him, when the time was right and they were all there, God closed the door. God shut the door. And to me, that is saying that no matter what's been going on in this world, good, bad, or indifferent, God's watching after it, and God knows what's happening, and there is a purpose in all things. And the law, when you look at the Bible, when you see the word God, it also represents law. And we were placed on this planet, which is a dimension of cause and effect. And the law is you reap what you sow. And what you sow, you're going to reap. So it's called karma in the East. And this is a part of that, what goes around comes around. So this is what's happened. We got out of balance, is what I'm trying to say, is humanity got out of balance. It's okay to have the male and the female energy, which represents positive and negative energy. But in that process, we have gone to that place where we're negative, where our minds are on the things of the world, desiring the things of the world. And the spiritual side of ourself is that part that creates. So it has the ability to create form. It has the ability to speak and have the power of the spoken word, and you can speak it into existence, along with those words using your imagination. So the sons of God, to me, were holding an image of what they wanted, holding a desire, and then giving birth to it through their imagination, and it became life. And so then they kept desiring those things that they were creating in this world. They found that power. And what's happening for us today is we're in that same place. We're finding out, some are discovering, hey, I'm more powerful than I ever thought I was. I am in these study groups where I know how to manifest things. I know how to use the power of the spoken word. And what is happening even today, we're still looking to creating things of this world. If we could seek first, I mention this often, the kingdom of God, or go to that place where we find that Christed being in us, that man, that creation that of humanity that was placed in human form, knowing that it is a creator. And the reason the world is like it is today, folks, is the power of that spiritual power that we have. We used it at a lower level, and we created this world. We created the hate, the anger, the resentment, all these things that are negative in this planet, we've created. And so the time is here again. It's like that wave of negative energies coming at us, and a flood of negativity. All you have to do is pick up a newspaper, turn on that TV today or your radio, and it's that energy, that flood, those waves of negative energy coming our way. So I believe there's a call, just like there was a call to Noah, to build that ark, build that place of safety, and go in. Where is that place of safety? That place of safety is right within you. Go in and shut yourself away. Begin to get in touch with all that there is about you. Everything, all the aspects, on every level of your being. Who am I? How do I feel about it? The positive and the negative. Shut yourself away there with the source of all being. And during this time, Feel that peace, that rest, as the outer energies begin to take you to a higher place, knowing that you're closed off in peace. You're closed off in this ark of love and harmony and oneness with all life. Your heart and mind is beginning to be cleansed and cleared, and the truth is being revealed. That ark means a place of safety. It is also a place to meditate, a place where the truth can be revealed to you. And in this time, as you begin to go there, recognize when this time passes, and it will pass. Will you step out of the ark or out of this time? Have you been sheltered? And will you face the outer world? And when you do, what will you face? You know, there was many months passed. There was 40 days and 40 nights of rain. That 40 represents a sound foundation, the four sides of some structure. And in this time, when you're shut in, my prayer has been that you would find that place where your spiritual self would be awakened and on reading and studying and meditating, that you would find yourself being strong on a foundation that can't be moved. And that foundation that is so strong is truth. And this is a time when the Holy Spirit comes to you to lead you and to guide you and to teach you. For that Spirit is what? It's the Comforter. Jesus said, I will send you a Comforter that will teach you and lead you and guide you into all truth. And this is the time to be in that safe place and be comforted. And then when the time came and the waters began to recede, during that time, the boat settled on Mount Ararat. Mount Ararat is in Armenia, where I found myself many years ago. And that touches my heart to think of that place. Some people say it is holy ground. It's a place that is peaceful and gentle, and others see the land as desolate. So when the time comes, and we are beginning to step out now, little at a time, and see if these waters of negativity are subsiding. But just as soon as we do, something else comes up. You know, it took a while for the waters to recede. It took months before those waters receded. And when they did, Noah and his family came out. When we come out of that place of fear and doubt and anxiety, and that's what we're coming out of, each one in our own time and in our own way, when we do, what are we going to see in this world? Are we going to see that it's a holy place, the transformation has taken place, and the ground on which I stand is holy ground? For every place that God has created is holy. Or will we look at it and still be in fear of what's coming next? What will happen next week, next year, next month? I pray not. I pray that you recognize that God is your source, God is all you need, and that He's leading you and guiding you into a higher place, that you can stay in the mountaintops, you know, in that place where you can oversee the lesser energies or the lower energies, but you stay in that higher place in consciousness, and you begin to speak from your heart. You begin to allow that divine presence that you are. Remember in Genesis, where God created man, male and female, in His image and His likeness? That is a spiritual being. That is who you are. you're also that second creation, that vessel of clay. So let us begin to drop those lower energies of consciousness, those negative thought forms, and begin to rise up above that ocean of negativity. And in our own hearts and in our own minds, in our own time, in our own way, let it begin to subside. And let us step out and see the beauty, not only in this new earth, but in the new creation of humanity as we begin to give our love and our light and our peace to others, knowing that this time has also given other people opportunities for them to change. For when we come back together and greet one another and are able to hug each other and touch each other and laugh and play together, we'll recognize we're not the same being that we were weeks or months before. That the old has truly passed away, been washed away by the flood of old energy. The old way is gone. And behold, let us see the new, this new life that's taking precedence over the old. That the heart is beginning to speak. The love is beginning to be presented. The light of who you are. And this will be our vessel to still be in and to enjoy the beauties of this earth. But then we'll work once again to create that Garden of Eden. We'll use that spiritual power that is within us to create new energies, new ways of being, new ways of offering new ideas to the world, where we can enjoy each other and have more time for the life that has been given us here on planet Earth. We'll work together to build a new earth, a new heaven, and a new earth. The earth is this world, and the heaven is that Christ consciousness of who we are. May you be blessed this day. May your heart be full of joy and full of peace as you ride the waves, closed in and protected in the ark. May you rest in peace always. Love and joy to you. I hope this is something that has touched your heart and has been a blessing to you. And if you'd like to send a love offering to the church, you may do so at Unity Church of Winston-Salem, 108 Hughes Street, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, 27103. Or you may look at PayPal. You may send it by PayPal if you like. Thank you so much for sharing with us and being with us today. Namaste.